I was manifesting clients, opportunities, speaking engagement, book deals. I can't even tell you. Greetings, beautiful ones. Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Fran. I am the owner of Angels with Fran, the Intentional Living Academy, and the Woo Woo Girl Collection. This is a place where faith meets flow and we get intentional about living richly in every area of our lives. We are raising consciousness and changing mindsets one video at a time. All right, so before I jump into this topic, I want to tell you that the 2026 previews are now available for purchase. And this is your chance to try it. They are amazing. It is basically a forecast of your year from the angels and from my spirit team, and they are phenomenal. You can look at the reviews. Everybody loves those. So just want to put that out there. This will be my last year doing those though. So if you'd like to get one, I'll leave the link below and you can grab one. All right, so I want to talk about a topic that has been on my mind for quite a while. And since we are going into the new year soon, I just cannot believe that 2025 is almost over. It is just unbelievable that we are at the end of the year. Time has just been passing. But I also get a lot of questions about this, and I think that this is a good time to talk about this, especially since we are going into a new year and we're having new beginnings, because we will be in a 1 year next year. So always excited about the 1 years because it brings in so much energy, right? And activation of things that we have been manifesting. So I want to talk about how I began to make multiple figures in my business as a spiritual practitioner. Now, here's the thing about this. I actually, beyond the shadow of a doubt, manifested this life. I manifested how I am living. I manifested every aspect of my life. And as I look back over it, I realized whether it was good or bad, I manifested it and I created it. And once you take responsibility for that, right? Once you take responsibility for what your life looks like, what you've called into your life, what you've activated in your life, that is the only way that you will ever change it. And here's the thing about money and mindset that is so very important. Your life and your bank account dictates your relationship with money. There's no way around it. So you can try to manifest and call in and pray, decree, do all the things, affirm. But if you are not aligned energetically with what you are trying to activate in your life, you are going to be so frustrated, as I was, because I was not aligned with the thing I was asking for in the beginning. And I'm going to tell you this. A lot of times our value, how we see ourselves, how we feel about ourselves is directly linked to what types of life we are leading, what type of money we have, how our finances look, how we value ourselves. And if you are a business owner, a spiritual practitioner, or you have another conventional business that is not a holistic business, how you value yourself and how you value your services is what your money is going to look like. You cannot out-manifest self-worth. You have to know that you are worthy of the thing that you are asking for. And here's the thing about that. A lot of manifestation coaches won't talk to you about that part. And I'm going to tell you why. Because talking about self-worth brings up things that a lot of people don't want to deal with. So it's easier to give you just the surface of the manifestation practice instead of digging deep into it, because that's easy, right? But what is really easy is identifying why you feel this way, working on that, healing your mindset, healing your money mindset, healing your mindset around your worth, healing how you feel about yourself. That is so important because that pours over in every area of your life. I mean, loving yourself is like part of self-care. Loving who you are, knowing that you're worth it, knowing that you bring value into the world, knowing that what you offer brings value into the world is part of loving who you are. And when I first started this business, I was not in that state of mind. I was coming out of corporate America where I was working for someone else and building someone else's dream. So it was very easy for me to go do that because that was my job. But operating in my purpose, right, and activating a higher level of consciousness around my own value and what I brought into the world and the type of money that I desired to attract and why I desired to attract that money was a whole different animal. I really had to get serious about how I felt about money because at the time I started this business, I didn't have any money. I was making great money, but it was slipping through my hands, right? Every time I got some money, money went out. I had no money consciousness, right? I didn't know that money was an energy. I had no idea that I needed to talk to my money. I had no idea that I would manifest more money by being thankful for the money that I already had, right? I didn't know these things. So once I learned the principle of attracting money, I also had to learn how to heal my relationship with money, which a lot of us don't do. Anytime that we are activating anything in our lives, whether it's higher spiritual connection, expanding, evolving, elevating, that is all an activation that happens within you. Anything that activates and happens within you comes from a place of how you feel about yourself. I had to get to a place where I was crazy in love with myself, right? That I knew I deserved it. I knew I was worthy of it. And that took me doing the work around it, right? So I had to put the millions and millions of dollars that I wanted to attract and manifest and create and earn on hold and work on how I felt about me and why I felt that way. Some people call that shadow work. Some people call that going back and handling your triggers and healing your inner child. I just dealt with what was in front of Fran. How do you feel about yourself? Why is your bank account negative? Or why is it that every time you get some money, it goes away? Why is it that you're charging this amount for an hour session where you are adding extreme value instead of charging this amount? Why? And once I started asking myself those questions, manifestation became so easy for me. The minute I began to deal with myself, my internal issues, right? I could manifest anything at the snap of a finger. Everything in your life, your business being successful, your relationships being successful, your children being successful, everything that you do, everything that you are a part of succeeds when you feel good about yourself. I think that Neville Goddard called that self-identity. A lot of times we hop into the self-identity before we even feel like that, right? We play the game of, I'm gonna fake it until I make it. I tried that. I tried the faking it until I made it. And you know what happened? Something would come up And I was right back in the position of, well, I don't know if this is really going to happen for me because I don't know if I really deserve that. I don't know if that's really going to happen for me because the last time I had a lot of money, I blew it. I don't know if that's really going to happen for me because what if people don't like what I'm doing? All of those things are a direct reflection of how you feel about yourself. Of course they're going to love it. Of course they're going to love everything about you, especially when you are coming from an authentic place of being yourself and doing it the way that you love to do it, doing it from a place of being happy. Let me tell you how many times I tried to remake myself. Literally remake myself. Like when I grew up and I realized who I was and what I liked and how everything about Fran was glitter, glam, bold, beautiful. That was just me, right? When I started in my business, I would have people tell me, oh, they're not going to like that. Or they're not going to like this. Or you need to tone that down. And I tried to fit in that box because even though that was me and I loved it, I was scared everybody else wasn't going to love it. So it made me shrink, right? And when we shrink, we are not operating from our most powerful self. Our most powerful self is big and beautiful and confident. I've asked you guys this before. Have you ever asked to see your most authentic self? It's mind-blowing. When you see your higher self and your most authentic self, you realize just how low you playing. You realize that there is so much more to you than just what you have been doing, what you have been being, what you have been given, and what you have been giving. Right? We activate every cell of our minds, body, and our spirit. The way we feel about ourselves is directly linked to what our life looks like. So the minute I started to do that work, lots of things started changing in my life. People, places, clients, where my clients were coming from, the type of clients I was attracting, the ability to be as big as I wanted to be, the ability to say, no, I don't want to do that. It was mind-blowing how just getting in touch with myself and learning about who I was changed the game. I was manifesting clients, opportunities, speaking engagement, book deals. I can't even tell you. So many things happened in my life. I was so amazed. And I realized this power that was within me was so much bigger than the power that's outside of me. The things out here were not even in comparison to the things that I was connected to. And when I began to plug in, life began to change. And yours will too. It's not about something not wanting you to have it, something not wanting you to do it. It's not even about you not being able to do it. You can do anything that you set your mind to. But there may be some things within you that you got to take care of. And that's okay, because you're worth all of that. If your business is not making money, you need to ask yourself the question, why? Why is my business not making money? If you haven't got that promotion on your job that you've been seeking, you need to ask yourself, why haven't I got that promotion? If you are not married and you desire to be married, you need to ask yourself, why is it that I'm not married? Because everything is in your hands to create. Your marriage, your business, your job promotion, your whatever it is, your home, whatever. I deal with a lot of women who have a lot of money, but other things are out of place, right? So sometimes you can have you can manifest all the money in the world. But I'm going to tell you that if you're not already happy, if you're not already at peace internally, it's probably not going to stay, and it's not going to make you happy. Things come when you are at your happiest. When you are giving thanks and you are happy about your life because you love your life and you love yourself, things manifest rapidly. All right, y'all. So, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Let's talk about it. All right. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.